Welcome, everybody, to episode 11 of Community Chronicles, a DDPY community video interview series. Very excited for this episode. My guest, one of my favorite Canadians in the world, Mr. Dan Hill. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here.
We are glad to have you. Dan comes at several requests for Dan to make an appearance on this show. And so we're pulling him out of his shell today. All right, Dan, you know the routine. So what brought you to DDPY and what has improved for you since starting the program?
Okay, so mom actually passed away from colorectal cancer. So that kind of sent me on a path of self-destruction and binge eating and binge drinking. And yeah, I just got to the point where, I'm coming up to being 40 now and just felt like a 60, 70-year-old, the way that my body started to respond to things. So, it was hard to go up the stairs, hard to do anything but lay on the couch. And I didn't really want that for my life. I've got 3 young kids, so wanted to be able to play with them and watch them grow up and actually be alive when they're, older. So yeah, that's my story in a nutshell. And in terms of what's changed, pretty much everything. Like I've since January lost 30 pounds. And yeah, just the mentality of everything, just doing hard things.
Right. That's something that kind of catches you by surprise, is that, and you see a lot of it in the main DDP yoga Facebook group of people who don't know where to start, who are afraid that this is going to be too challenging for them. The only secret is to do it, right? To get yourself started doing it. And it won't be long before you find that, wow, I had no idea I could do this. And now I'm not afraid to try new things. And yes, this still kicks my butt, but that doesn't mean that I'm afraid to do it.
Yeah. And one of my SmackDown goals at the beginning was to lose 100 pounds, and definitely found that that's going to be a long-term goal because I'm only about a third of the way there. But yeah, I just decided at one point that, I was looking at Black Crow, right? And I was like, I can't even fathom doing that right now. But every day I just kind of did one little thing that, could push me in that direction. And eventually I got to about 30 seconds of Black Crow. So.
Oh, yeah. See, that's one that I still try it once in a while, but I don't know. I'm a lot slimmer than I used to be, but my body is still inversion averse. Right. My face does not like to point at the floor when my ass is up in the air. And so I know it's a mental thing at this point. It's not, am I strong enough to hold it? It's, can I talk myself into picking both of those feet up off the floor? So I'll find I get into it and I just kind of kick my feet back and forth with just the tip of the big toe on the ground. But I can't get myself to pull that up, because then I'm just waiting to eat mat as soon as I pick it up there. So that was one of the things that I got to kind of watch your Black Crow escapade as it went on, from the first time you tried it, and then watching you progress and seeing, oh, he's got it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Wow, this dude can nail it anywhere. And that was really cool to see. And I thought where that would be, just from my perspective, where it benefited you, is being able to focus on a challenge like that, on a very specific goal. It kind of helps take your mind off the overarching goal, which is okay sometimes, because that can be very intimidating when all you think about is, well, I set this big, hairy, audacious goal and I'm not making the progress I was expecting to make. Take a little break from honing in on that giant goal and focus on some smaller milestone stuff for a while. And as a byproduct, you're going to make progress toward your end goal still. It's just, you're not constantly fretting about it. So it was really cool. I love to see the Black Crow things. And you you and Jeremy Landry had that going on for a while. Well, all right, well, are they going to do it now?
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very cool. Are you still testing yourself with that position regularly?
No, I'm kind of out of practice. I've been actually trying to do like forehand stands or handstands, but I'm at the point where I just still need the wall. I need to lose some more weight, let's say, before I can fully do it.
Yeah, I think I've tried a couple of handstands, but only if I'm facing the wall, I can get pretty close. But as far as kicking up into stuff, nah, it's not happening. And I'm okay with that at this point.
Yeah.
Um, so what the one thing that I like to celebrate with this show is not so much just the workout aspect of DDPY, but the community aspect, obviously. So what difference has having a virtual community to go along with your, exercise and nutrition? What difference has that made for you with this program?
Oh, I mean, it's huge. Like I think I started DDPY back in or July of last year, and really I wasn't doing much because I hadn't joined the group or Facebook group or really talked to anyone. So kind of in your own bubble, you don't have that. I hadn't read the book at that point, so you can talk yourself out of a lot of things. um uh I started back in July of last year and wasn't really doing much with it. I hadn't joined the Facebook group at that point, and you can kind of talk yourself out of a lot of things. I didn't have the mentality yet, and I hadn't read the book yet, so yeah, it wasn't really going anywhere until I actually decided to join the Facebook group. And then from there, just kind of snowballed into meeting tons of people that have like similar issues. And bigger things for me was actually meeting people in person. So I've met Retreat as well. So met a lot of people with similar mentality and worked out a lot, and it was really great just to actually talk to people outside of the DDP context.
Right. Yeah, we're real people too, right?
Yeah.
We do other things.
Right.
We don't just hide in our living rooms and sweat by ourselves. Uh, so I miss because that was on my end that time. But aside from the DDP retreat, the DDPY retreat, that's an awesome looking experience. Who else? I know you've met with Clay Markson in person.
Yeah,
Anyone else
Clay.
you've got to meet with up in Canada there?
And Olivier.
Okay, now Olivier do we do the French pronunciation on his last name?
What's his last name again? I forget.
I think it's Roy.
Oh, Roy. Yeah, Olivier Roy.
That's how I say it anyway. If it's
Yeah.
Roy, I'm sorry, Olivier, but I kind of doubt it.
It's definitely not Roy, and he has a little bit of a French.
I think you're making reference to his French accent there. That was probably me again. So we'll try to chop some of these out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's very proud. What is it in Canada? Acadian? Is that what it is?
Acadian. Yeah.
Yeah, Acadian. There we go. Yeah, I love some French Canadians. But yeah, so that is one of the cool things. I've only got to meet, I think, one member of the DDPY Facebook community in person. That's Kevin Murray, who's also a big RTD fitness supporter. But this summer, I actually went on a trip to Racine, Wisconsin to visit the Case factory. And I met a tractor salesman there. And through BSing with him, found out that he also does DDPY. This guy and I sat in the back of a bus on the way to a baseball game in Milwaukee for an hour and a half and just talked about DDP yoga.
Nice.
Yeah, we didn't talk one lick about tractors, but it was a really cool experience. And we got really funny looks from everybody else on the bus. Like, what is it you're talking about now? Yoga? Okay, well, hand me another beer. As someone who's tried it both ways, doing the program on your own without really interacting with anybody, and being involved in the online community? What would you say to somebody who's new to it, that's maybe a little hesitant to put themselves out there?
I would say, the group gives you some level of accountability to yourself, and the people on there will push you in a positive way. So, you're not talking yourself out of working out, or you're not, just being lazy or thinking you can't do it. It's really, it allows you to think about things differently and, get positive reinforcement so that you think that you.
I'm just all but like, I got everything but the last word. Positive reinforcement is where we
Yes.
left off, but it works. This is going to be a fun one to edit.
Oh God.
But we'll deal with it. All right. Well, we're going to see if my Wi-Fi and Dan's Wi-Fi can cooperate for like 6 minutes. And we're going to roll into the rapid fire questions if you're ready, Dan.
I am ready.
All right. So if we crap out again, we're just going to pretend that you're thinking really hard about your answers.
Yeah, I've been stroking my beard pretty hard, so.
All right. Let's see here. What is your favorite band?
Right now it's probably Love and Death.
All right. What's your favorite book?
Oh, books. I don't have time for books, man. Just
Well,
kidding.
that's all right. Yeah, that's okay.
I would say 1984 is mine.
Good one. Good one. Yeah. What does your beard smell like?
When I go out with people.
Damn it.
Oil. That's maple bourbon oil.
Maple bourbon oil. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What's your proudest moment ever in your life?
I mean, there's 3, and it would be the births of all my 3 children.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh yeah, having kids was okay, but one time I was at the bar and I punched the speed bag and got a 650. Right? So, all right. What's the biggest non-scale victory that you've experienced? I think we maybe covered this while doing the program here.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably have to be, doing those hard moves like Black Crow. So.
All right. What is your kryptonite food?
Ooh, pizza.
Yeah, samesies. What's your favorite movie?
Definitely Mean Girls.
Oh, nice.
Myself and Chastity have a thing for that. So
yeah, I did not see that one coming, Dan. But what's the worst advice you've ever received?
If you haven't had 2 servings, you haven't worked hard enough.
And what's the best advice you've ever received?
Just to try it.
There you go. Can't beat that. You survived the rapid fire round. So then, because this show is about community, we ask all of our guests to go ahead and pick a member or 2 of the DDPY community to give some recognition to. Everybody loves to hear the sound of their own name, and we're here to celebrate each other. So who deserves a little bit of a shout out?
So I have to go with Brian F. Jones for sure. He's kind of been there. We kind of started at the same time, and he's always kind of been there for me, sending me, personal videos, and he's just a kooky guy, and I love it. But he works hard, and he's been through like, a lot more than, a lot of us have in terms of, he's my guy.
Yeah, I just watched one of his posts yesterday where he's talking about when he's coming out of lunge, for example, how his ankle just like separates, like almost dislocates every time he comes out of it. He has to kind of shake it back in there. And I can't imagine. I mean, I know the dude is a power lifter, but you're doing all of this stretchy bendy stuff on 2 reconstructed ankles. I can't imagine the anguish that he goes through every day. So Brian F. Jones, I give you my stamp of approval on that pick, because he's one of the most supportive guys I've ever met, and he's funny as hell. I really hope that he doesn't do a second Silence of the Lambs video. So, All right. Well, thank you, Dan. This has been a ton of fun. There's
Yeah.
one more thing I ask everybody to do to wrap these babies up, and that's give us a bang.
All right. Bang.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to do this tomorrow.